Welcome to the show for today. You are watching Perspectives, and I am host Alana McLaughlin. This morning on the show, I have Jason Patterson, known as Slab, here discussing his background, his education, his early life, his experiences, and ultimately the impact that he seeks to leave on Nashville communities through his work. Jason, thank you for joining me this morning.
Appreciate
and
you.
Moving forward, I'll be calling you Slab the rest of the interview.
That's cool. Either way, whatever works.
This is your second time here, so
Yeah.
I have to thank you for even returning.
I appreciate you.
But I want to start off this first segment, baby Jason years, baby Slab years. Take me from age 0, tell me a little bit about early life, about just your kind of background, and take me through those childhood years.
Born and raised in Nashville, East Nashville to be specific. It was me and moms early. My pop and moms separated my pops when I was really young. So it was really me and moms. It was me and moms just trying to figure it out. You know what I mean? Single mama, black mama, strong, 2 jobs, 3 jobs sometimes. You know what I mean? Instill, good character, I think. You know what I mean? And music, for me, it was just always trying to create something. Like, even as a kid, I was writing early in life. I was writing when I was 8, 9 years old, poetry and stuff like that. And I just always knew I was gonna do something with writing, music, and business, and 'cause my mom was in the business. So that was always something that I didn't know how I was gonna do it, but I think that was always like a subconscious thought.
Now take me through just some of the schools you went through. Take me through how those schools shaped you. Take me elementary through high school.
Okay. So I'm from Delaware. So we went to Tom Joy Elementary off Jones. Everybody know right east. Walk to school every day. Real neighborhood, regular neighborhood stuff. You know what I mean? Getting on bikes and walking with your homeboys and all that type of stuff. And middle school, I went to 2 middle schools. I went to Jerry Baxter and I went to Great Mall. So both schools was, Great Mall was a little more neighborhood, felt a little more less structure, and then Great Mall had a little more structure. It was a little more upbeat, a little more into it, but it's still just, out east, when you're a kid, you're not really understanding the grasp what really was going on. You just kind of going through it day by day. Like I tell you about when I was younger, I didn't even know what direction it was because everything was out east. I didn't know how big even Nashville was because it was just East Nashville for me. You know what I mean, growing up. And then when I went to high school, I went to school out north. I went to Pearl Cone for high school. So that transition was different because you used to know everybody, like growing up with everybody in your schools and all that type. Even when I switched middle schools, you know everybody from the neighborhood and stuff like that. But going to Pearl, I had some cousins from there on that side of town, but it was by yourself. You know what I mean? Just transition, trying to figure, and those are like the most formative years of your life, and trying to figure it out. Through influences, good, bad, and different, whatever you know what I mean, you call them, but they shaped me and made me into, I believe, what foundational I still am.
Now tell me just kind of some of the pivotal experiences that you had at Pearl. When I was talking to Black Wizzle, one of his favorite memories, or one of his first memories of you was, I was in the hallway and I just saw this dude and I just started calling him Unc, and that became my Unc. So just experiences like that. Tell me a little bit about those Pearl years and how they shaped you.
If you went to Pearl, you went to Pearl, man. You a Firebird, you're a Firebird for life, man. But Wizzle right, that was like nephew to me. You know what I mean? I was kind of like that. I made sure, the little homies go to class and make sure, you know what I mean, it was some structure in a wide environment, especially the early 2000, 2004 to 2008, Nashville. This wasn't social media era. This wasn't, outside wasn't a term. You just living, you know what I mean? So it was some things that shaped me. It was seeing my homegirl get shot. It was some gang violence, all that type of stuff we always talk about, but those things was pure souls though with that too. It's just misguided direction for some people, you know what I mean? But these good people, you know what I mean? Like, who showed you pride and understanding and even compassion and stuff like that. So Pearl was, especially young, it was everything. It was everything. I played football, shot Coach Fitzgerald, Brunetti, like it was a great, I tell you about the time, like my experience in high school wasn't bad. It wasn't, I don't regret it, you know what I mean? Of course, I was ready to get out of it, you know what I mean? But it wasn't a bad experience, man. Like, I enjoyed my time in my high school. It was fun.
And with about the last minute of this first segment, tell me about how 6'1" Tribe came to be. Tell me about the early foundations of Tribe, even just getting the idea that you want to start this collective and set up the foundation of Tribe.
It's a mix of a few things, because it was a collaborative effort with, especially my business partner, Aaron Dethers, just he had an idea. I was part of something I was trying to do for myself. And it kind of fused at the right time.
And Slab, I don't mean to interrupt you, but we're going to pick back up in our second segment on just that collaboration with Aaron. We're going to talk about what that turned into and the impact that it's had on Nashville.
Cool.
And I encourage viewers to tune into the second segment of Perspectives, where Jason and I will return to discuss his background, his education, the work that he does in town, and the impact that he seeks to leave on Nashville. To the second segment of the show for today. For viewers just tuning in, I am host Alana McLaughlin, and you are watching Perspectives. This morning on the show, I've had Jason Patterson, known as G Slab, here discussing his background, his education, some of his early adolescent experiences, and we're coming back in on the second segment talking about the foundation of his rap collective, 6-1 Tribe. We're talking about just some of the early foundational kind of moments of this group. We're going to talk about the impact that this group has had on Nashville and more. We're coming right back in. You and Aaron have these two ideas. You're coming together to fuse these ideas. Take me from there.
It was something, I think, a vision that I had for myself, like something I always wanted. I always loved the Cash Moneys of the world, the Dungeon Families of the world. And I wrote some of this stuff down when I was homeless, trying to figure it out. And then during the pandemic, it really started as a relief record for the tornado. It was going to be a collective album that me and Aaron put together, some other people put together for the tornado. And then we got that COVID hit. And it slowed a lot of that down. And once we opened stuff back up, we kind of just like made it more than what that. We did an open call for like just rappers. Like, hey, I was feelers like, hey, yeah, we got a big studio session. You want to just meet people? We were just trying to see who was gonna come by.
How did you advertise this open call? I mean, was it social media?
I mean, I know a lot of artists. So I mean, for me, over my own like solo career and stuff like that, like I put together a project similar to what we were doing for Tribe years before with Daytwan Thomas. He was at the time was the head chief editor of Vibe magazine. So when we put that guy out, I already knew every dynamic from the lyrical rappers to the street rappers, whatever you want to call it. Like I know a melting pot of artists, so I just did an open call. And some people answered, and then with some people that I never met. And new artists who are just getting started and didn't have a direction what they want to do. They just wanted to get on stuff. And over time, that formed into multiple people. And after a while, we had to put us like, we got to stop how many people come because we got 15 people, 30 people coming to sessions and stuff like that. So we narrowed it down. It's about the consistency of people who's coming. And it was about 15, 16 people coming on a regular basis. And that was the earlier foundation of Tribe. And then we did the singles and got into the Nashville scene as the rap collective, and then it kind of just started to snowball. We started getting shows in and out the city, Texas, Milwaukee, Atlanta. Like we just started kind of going different places and kind of just snowball into what it is now. Now we're kind of like a second and third chapter where we had to restructure some stuff, get the business right. You know what I mean? Really to where we can really get foundational stuff that really will set us apart on all that type of stuff. And we're working on a sync thing right now. So we're just doing a lot of background stuff in 2026. We'll hit people back in the face.
Throw it out there. You talked about rap collectives like Cash Money. I remember interviewing 6-1 Tribe, and I threw out like Wu-Tang.
Yeah, for sure.
With all these collectives, they kind of have a vibe. We can see the faces that are in front of them. We like know the style, the sound. What do you think makes 6-1 Tribe unique? What are some of the characteristics that are just like, this is 6-1 Tribe? What's the purpose? Tell me, for someone who's never heard of 6-1 Tribe, give me the 30-second rollout.
We're the rebels.
Okay.
We are the eclectic group that doesn't sound like one thing.
Okay.
We can kind of do anything that you would like. If you want something street, we got artists for that. If you want something more lyrical, we got artists for that. And if you want a combination of all that, our how we combine each other's sound is so different that it's undeniable. When you come to a live show, you come to a live show, it's not even close to what anybody's doing. Not even close.
So just unique is kind of like the best.
Yeah, well, I mean, we're enigma. You know what I mean? Like you can't figure it out, but you're attracted to it.
I like that, yeah. And that does kind of really describe Tribe. I could never like put my finger on a single adjective, but I'm watching you guys perform. I'm like, wow, like I'm really into this. Take me through just some of the more interesting or pivotal moments that 6-1 Tribe has had over the last 5 years. I know that you guys like 615 Day, that entire thing, South by Southwest.
No, I mean you put in a crux right there. Like I think the first biggest thing was when we did South by Southwest, and we had over 1,000 RSVPs for the event we were doing, and it kind of let us know, oh, we can really take this somewhere else, and it does translate beyond just Nashville. 615 Day was important because it established Tribe as not just a rap collective, but the production company we are behind the collective.
Okay.
It's Tribe and Everything Production LLC. So it showed that we can put events on. We can really produce anything you want because we have so in-house stuff from camera people to digital art, to producers, to whatever, engineers, live and studio. So we're a one-stop shop. So I think that's what those events right there establish the collective that we can go outside and the music does translate, and also we're a production company beyond just the collective.
Tell me, 615 Day, give me more details. Tell me about the mayor's involvement in it from your own words.
Shout out to Freddie. It was another concept I wrote down. Like I always thought Nashville needed a celebration. I come from the come together days type of Nashville where it was just outside and good vibe like that, and we needed a celebration. We had stuff around Tennessee area like Bonnaroo and stuff like that. Then you got CMA for it, and that's not for us. It's not for the actual community or the culture of Nashville. So when I did 615, then I said, let's do it. I just reached out to people. I mean, I'm a real grassroots dude. Like if you like this idea, you want to work with, let's do it. If not, respect and we'll move on. But we reached out to the mayor. He was into it, gave me his number. We saw he came to 61 Tribe show. He shot us out during New Year's. Then he came to the show we had at the Analog. And once he did that, we got information, started texting me, said, hey, I'd love to be a part of this. First year he did the proclamation. So he made 615 Day an official holiday for Nashville that's recognized and all that type of stuff for us. And then the year after he came to the show, spoke to the word last year, this past June, we did the second annual. And it's good to see the involvement of the actual city be involved with the culture of what we're trying to do, because we're not just doing rap and hip hop, we're doing eclectic everything. We had funk, we had rock, shout out to the R&B we had over there, and we had the rap, and it was a good overall time from everybody who just bought in. And so each year it gets bigger. First year we did just a show. Second year we had 2 days. Last year we did 61 Fitness with Adriana Personality, East Lit High School, and then we did a day party, and then we did the night of show, stuff like that. So this year coming up, we're trying to make it bigger and more, and 2 more again. So.
And Slab, about this last minute of this second segment, what do you think the impact of events like these? You said like in your childhood you have kind of come together events,
pride. And
you're bringing it.
That's what it brings. It brings pride. That's what Nashville missed over this course of its history, the pride we have for us. When you go to other cities, they prideful about where they from. You go to Memphis, Atlanta, New York, these places are prideful about where they from. You can't say nothing about it, nothing. And that's why I wanted to instill back Nashville the pride. You from here, bro. We great here. And that's what it's about.
And in our final segment, we're going to talk about just some of the other places that you have lived, how those experiences kind of shaped you, what you're able to bring back to Nashville, and the impact that you seek to leave on the city. I encourage viewers to tune into the final segment of Perspectives, where Jason and I will return to discuss his background, his education, his work, and the impact he seeks to leave on Nashville. The final segment of the show for today. For viewers just tuning in, I am host Alana McLaughlin. You are watching Perspectives. This morning on the show, I've had Jason Patterson here discussing his background, his education, his work, and the impact that he seeks to leave on Nashville. In our first 2 segments, we set up Jason's early life, some of his adolescent experiences, some of the schools that he attended. We left off at Pearl High School, the impact that Pearl had on his just kind of adolescent experience. We're coming now in the years after Pearl, kind of soon after high school, establishing his hip-hop collective, 61 Tribe. We talked about just some of what makes that group unique. I encourage our viewers to check out that group. And we're coming back in this last segment just talking about who the heck is G-Slab. And just like that, who is G-Slab? We've talked about what you've had your hand in. We've talked about the places that you've lived. But who is the man that wears all these hats? In your own words, who are you and what do you seek to leave just as a man on Nashville?
It's always a hard question about who are you?
I know, right?
G-Slab, when I was younger, I think I got my name from Pearl. Okay. So I was always Slab. I was big Slab when I was at Pearl.
Why?
Football. Coach Fitzgerald. You know what I mean? I was 306, almost 400 pounds. Like, you know what I mean?
So you were a slab.
I'm a Slab, you know what I mean? But it turned to a personality, defense mechanism of who you are when you're not comfortable with the underlying of who you are. You know what I mean? So, I mean, then the G Slab, just old life experience. Other people started calling me G for other little things, stuff like that. And then I made it on acronym. So it meant for me, gain everything expected. So that's what it meant for me. Like I expect to be great. I expect to be good in life and stuff like that. And so when I started like taking rap serious or taking music seriously, the first one it was called Man for a Rapper. And so it was always like the man before the actual art. And that was, I was 23, 24. And that's kind of set up to what I was trying to do. And as I got older and I went to New York and I went to LA and I lived in Memphis and went to other places that weren't in my comfort zone, it let me know I can go anywhere. The earth is my turf, and that's always been my thing for living other places and stuff like that. I'm a Nashville baby, but the whole world is where I can skip to.
This is my oyster.
Yeah, the whole world is my oyster. I can skip to anywhere. So, and I can thrive in any place, and I truly believe that. The impact I want Nashville, live on Nashville, just love where you're from.
Yeah.
Have pride in it. It's not rocket science for me. It's not a super complicated thing. It's love where you're from, love your people, and try to do better every day. Like it's real simple for me, and I just want to instill that more. I think that's missing in us. I think, especially in the black community, it's a lot of, when I hear people talk, it's a lot of hopelessness in they talk now, of how the world is and what's going on. And like, you gotta have some hope here. You gotta know it's gonna be something better, and you can be a part of being something better. We all go through trial and tribulation, so don't lose that sight of what purpose of beyond that, you know what I mean?
We talked a lot about your music career, but you just hit on something, instilling that hope in people. I don't think that you realize how much of a mentor that you are. Wizzle made the joke and was like, yeah, I saw him, and immediately was just like, this is my uncle. But he went on to speak in depth about you, your impact on him, just how you've just kind of been in his corner all these years. And I started to think in my head, like, how else have I witnessed G Slab kind of mentor and be just kind of that uplifter? And something really interesting when I was doing like my good research before you came here, something that I've seen from you for months. I've followed you and kind of like been a fan of yours for months. Something that I see you post every single day on some social media outlet will be, wake up and expect to win.
Yeah, wake up every day, expect to win, then accept the wins, never feel guilty because you're worthy.
Tell me about that. Where did that come from?
For myself, like it was like a lot of stuff. A lot of these things be when you messed up and when you don't see value in yourself. And it was something I posted to tell myself, like, you're okay. Like, expect to win. Don't think you're supposed to lose in life. Don't think that it's just gonna be down all the time. And you're supposed to always just go through some trial or tribulation to make ups and downs. Like, no, expect to win. Don't feel bad about things. I've always had that issue with having survivor's remorse through what I've been seeing, what I've been through, my family, my friends. I mean, people dying, going to jail, stuff like that. So for me, it's all like, don't feel bad for winning, because you're winning for them too. You know what I mean? And you're worthy to win. Like, accept the win, accept that you're great, accept that you got that sauce, accept whatever it is about you, and know that you're good and you're worthy of being great. You're worthy of having good things happen to you.
Yes.
And having a good life. You're worthy of it. And I think a lot of us subconsciously are more afraid of success than failure.
Yeah.
Failure is comfortable.
Yeah.
Failure means familiar to me.
Yeah.
So we used to that. I'm used to being broke. I'm used to being in the ghetto. I'm used to being messed up. But winning is scary. It's a different type of discipline you gotta have.
Yes.
It's a different type of thing. You gotta call yourself to be a little more.
Yes.
To be successful.
Yes.
And we scared to take responsibility for success. So I want people to be that like, be happy, be successful, but it's a work too.
And kind of appreciate it. Know that you deserve it.
Yeah, like, appreciate this. Like, this is not nothing no one has was easy.
Yeah.
That's why I tell people never be jealous, because anything that you see somebody have, they had to sacrifice something for that.
Yes.
They had to do something to get that. You know what I mean? No matter if you saw it in your face or not, you saw them struggle in your own, they had to do something to get to that point.
Yes.
So that's always been my stance and that type of stuff. So yeah.
What's Slab working on now? Give me, Lord, what are you cooking up with Tribe? I love this. Yeah. Yeah.
Everything. We just did the cookout event with Ken Folk and Warner.
Okay.
Warner, I do work with TikTok as well, so I do Black ERG work with TikTok. So TikTok, Warner, Live Nation, BMI. We just had the sold out event at the Warner thing. It was crazy.
Now, what was this cookout? Tell me about it.
It's a It's an event that
Okay.
brings to ERGs, black ERGs in different companies through tech, music, and business. And Employee Resource Group is what ERG stands for, but basically it's the black people in the company. Meeting other black executives, meeting other black tech people, other black in music, and kind of just collocating in one space and learn networking and stuff like that. Great event, great event. Shout out to all our partners and all that type of stuff. Right now, I just got commissioned to do R&B show, another end of the year show. We're planning a festival for next year. Me, Cruz, and Big Church. So we're working on that right now. New Tribe music coming. I got new music coming. Our artist, the only female artist on Tribe, Ronnie Rax, got her project coming. We just got finished that mixed down. So I'm excited about all that. Like I'm excited about putting stuff out. I'm just big on let's get it out and execute it properly. So shout out to the team though.
And what does the future look like for you? Are you writing right now? Are you producing? Do you have a project coming out?
Yeah. Next year we're gonna drop a project. I'm working on the price.
Not we. I'm talking about solo.
No, me. When I say we, I mean just the team in general. But I'm working on the G Slab new album for next year. April is what we're shooting for. It's like 80% done. I'm excited. Shout out to producers. Shout out to Smokey. Shout out to my boy Ghost. Shout out to Aaron. Engineering the whole project. Yeah, this is gonna be a fun one. I want to have a little fun with this one, y'all.
Yeah.
I mean, let's have a little fun. The last project I just did was real serious. I got a lot of serious songs out. We're shooting some more stuff for that still with Chuck Indigo, and working. I don't know. I got 2 more interviews today, so I'm just working on my work.
You're just like here on your lunch break.
Yeah, literally.
The Slab man, tell me just upcoming events. Tell me upcoming. Everything, ways that people can connect with you, social medias, website, give it all.
In Nashville, just be looking out for 615 Day next year. Bigger and better each time, 3rd year. Who we honoring this year? I'm super hyped about who we honoring. Should I say it now?
Say it now.
We're honoring Delisha Davis next year for the Nashville honorary award that we did.
Who's the founder of Nashvillians?
No. Yes. Founder of the original founder, but she does Kanisi now. 2 L's on the cloud. Matriarch of our city as far as Nashville culture, man. Last year we did Shannon Sanders, and this year we're gonna do, coming up in 2026, we're gonna do Delisha Davis. South by Southwest next year, 4th annual We the Wave Day party, and something I can't talk about yet.
Oh, I can't even get like a little hint. Nah. Is it music? Is it you're tight-lipped?
Yeah.
Ah, boo.
Kinda gotta be.
Is it legally? Are you legally tight-lipped?
Yeah.
Oh, NDA. Hey now. Yeah. Plug in social medias, and that's how we're gonna wrap up this segment, this episode. Plug in both for personal and for Tribe.
Okay, you can follow me to everything G Slab, GEESLAB. That's on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. And 61 Tribe. Follow 61 Tribe everywhere. SIXONE TRIBE. 61 Tribe spelled out. Social media, everything. 61tribe.com to find all our music and merch and stuff like that. And we do pop-ups, so if you need some, holler at us.
Thank you, Jace, for sharing your story and your time with me. And to our viewers, thank you for allowing me to share one more story that matters to Nashville and one more story that just warms our hearts on this weekend morning. I wish you a good morning.